Hello, guys, and welcome to our live class for today. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to thread my machine while I wait for. Hello, guys, and welcome to us for today. So, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you for joining. So, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew a palazzo trouser. So, this particular palazzo trouser, it have side seams. So, that's what we are going to learn how to do today. It is a simple piece. So, this particular pattern, I've been using it. I have so many of my palazzos. That's how I make them, especially when I'm working with soft fabric. Hello, Sarah. Hi. Good evening, welcome. Hello, Ike. Good afternoon. Hi. Hello, you're welcome. So I've been making use of this particular pattern, especially if you're working with, this kind of soft fabric, stretchy fabric, those fabric that when you sew, that tends to draw. You understand? So this is like a very simple method of making a trouser or a palazzo. Understand? So because of so with that, you are not going to worry so much about your seams. You just feel seams. Solange, welcome. Good afternoon. You're welcome. You're welcome. So that is what I am trying to do. So I'm working. When I am working, Solange, hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much. You're welcome. So when I am working with fabrics that are soft, those kind of soft fabric that when you sew, that it will be thin. So most times I would just want to use this particular pattern to make my palazzo. So it's really helpful and it is easy to do. So we're going to be making use of a free we're drafting directly on our fabric for today. So it is a simple tutorial. Like I said, it is a beginner friendly tutorial. So now we're going to start. Thank you so much, Solange. Thank you, Dicta. Thank you so much, Dicta. Hi, good afternoon, Mama. So much, Dicta. Solange, good afternoon. Sarah, good afternoon. Afternoon. Nike, thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining. So, guys, the next thing we're going to do now, let me show you guys the fabric first. We'll continue. So, this is the fabric that I'm going to be making use of. This is the fabric. So, you can see it is a soft fabric. So, I'm going to show you guys one of the palazzos that I've made that does not have side joining. So this is one. This is a can you see this is a beautiful palazzo piece? Can you see? You see, it is a beautiful palazzo piece. It does not have side joint. So this is the side. So you can see it does not have any seam. This piece is really beautiful. Let me show you guys. Let me just take my camera backwards a little bit. Can you see? It is a very beautiful piece. You understand? Can you see how wide it is? So it's exactly like this. That's what I'm showing you guys how to do. This and trouser is really beautiful. It's really beautiful. When I rock it, like I have a meeting tomorrow, so I'm just thinking if I'm going to wear this, or maybe this one that I'm making that we're going to make now, if that's what I'm going to wear. You can see this piece. So it has a zip. So the zip is at the back and it does not have any elastic. So you can see this when you're working with such soft fabric, you can decide to choose to make use of this pattern, okay, to do your palazzo or your wide leg pants or trouser. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do, let me just keep this here. We're going to So if you are just joining us, you're welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from. Points, thank you so much. Let me know where you're watching me from. So this is the fabric that we're going to be making use of. So I've used this fabric before. I've used this fabric, so I'm just going to check how many yards I have left because I want it to be wide. Funny enough, do you know that this fabric I've cut from both sides? So let me trim it first while we start, okay? So I think I need more lightning. It looks like my light is not very bright. I think I should use the brighter light and then take this one out. Let me use the brighter light. Let's see. Okay. I think this is better. I think this is better. This afternoon the weather is somehow. When it comes to content creation, you have to. Mhm. It's looking like, I don't know. Is this light okay? I should please help me and check. Is it okay? It's like the light is reflecting, entering. I don't know. Like it's entering my eyes or something. You guys should please check. Is the video clear? Is it clear? Is the video clear? So now these ones are the two lights now. Is it better? Please let me know. Okay, let me know. If the video is clear, let me know. I would want to know. So let's trim out so that we'll measure out the amount of fabric that we want to make use of. So like I said, this is a simple and beautiful tutorial. Okay, so I'm just going to, so for those of you that don't know, this is like the way you can cut a fabric and it will be very straight. I learned that from market people. Okay, Nike, thank you so much. Okay, it is better. Thank you. You can see the fabric, you see the way it is straight. So now let's see. This side also, let me cut this. Okay, no measure. So this is more than 2 yards. It is, which is okay for me when I want to, because I want that down part. I want it to be white like that one, like the yellow one that I showed you guys. So let me just trim off the. This fiber was much. I bought it. I made a skirt from it. So let's see. So if at any point you can't hear me, please let me know. Okay. Yes. So now let's measure our fabric so that we will know exactly what we're working with. So now this is 36, that's 1 yard. So this is more than 2 yards, which is okay. This is more than 2 yards. There's let's just take this that this is 2 yards and like inches, okay? So now let's fold our fabric. So we're going to be cutting the back and the front the same. So we're cutting the back and the front the same. And before we cut the back and the front the same, you're going to separate your fabric. Do you understand? You're going to separate your fabric. You can decide to separate it, you can decide not to separate it. Okay, so you can see how I folded my fabric. Let me just, you see I folded the fabric into four. You guys should please watch. Thank you, those of you that are giving me, thank you so much. Can you see? So let's fold our fabric. So this is 2 yards of exact 2 yards of fabric. That's what we are making use of. So see how you are going to fold your fabric. And this my fabric is very long. Thank you, those of you that are giving me hearts. Thank you. So you have to fold it like this. So you can decide to cut it the 1 yard and then fold it. But whatever you are doing, this is the side that is open. Okay, this side is the side closed. So you fold it like this again. That is into four. Can you see? It is folded into four. So this side, on this side now, this side does not have any opening. It's this side that have the opening. So it's this side we are going with. This side that does not have the opening. That is the side that is going to be the hip side. Okay. Chai. I have thread. I was so checked. I have thread in my pocket. So now let's see. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pin this. Okay, I'm going to pin this so that everything will stay, because you know the fabric that I'm using is a liquid fabric. It's soft. So let's pin. Let's pin. So I'll pin this side. So if you don't understand anything, please you can ask your questions on the comment section. So this is a live class. So I'm going to pin this. The fabric is folded into four. This side is the side that does not have any cuts, while this other side is the side that have cuts. So I'm pinning it together. I'm going to spread it on the floor. So I'm going to spread it on the floor so that we'll walk with the floor. It will be easy that way for us. So let me spread it out first before I turn my camera. Okay, let's see. Let me remove all of this my mannequins. Okay, so now I want to flip my camera. Let me flip the camera. So can you see it now? Thank you. Those that are joining, thank you so much for liking the video. Share the video with your friends, okay? I would appreciate that. So can you see? So this side, this is the side that have the opening. This side does not have opening. So this side that does not opening is the side that is going to be our hip side. You understand? So I hope you can see. Thank you so much. What is the name of the fabric? Yes, this fabric is a satin, is a Duchess. This one, this particular one I'm making use of is a Duchess. You can see it. So the floor is, yes, thank God, everything entered properly on the floor. So now the next thing we're going to do now, I want to measure out the length that I want. I want my trousers, I want it to be very long. You guys saw this one I showed you people. This one is very long. Understand? It's very long. So let me just take the length because I like this one. Let me flip this one out so that you guys can see. Can you see? So this we are trying to make. Can you see? So this is what we are trying to make. Let me just use the dimension of this one to do everything that I'm going to be doing. So first of all, let me measure my crotch area because there's a secret particular pants. So you can see that the crotch is 16, okay? And then the width of the down part, you can see it is 22. Okay, so now let me measure the length. You can see the length is about 43. So I'm going to make it like 45, okay, because of the fold. So the width, I don't want to forget that. So the down part, my width is 21, my crotch is 15. So I'll show you guys, my crotch is 16, not 15, it's 16. So I'll show you guys how to do all of this, okay? So let's see. So let me just keep this one on the side and then everything that I have. Let me write it down. If you have, yes, it is a Duchess fabric. Thank you. So the width, that's the down part, the length, the width is 22. And then the crotch, I mean 16 inches for my crotch. So, and then the full length is 44. Okay. So these are the dimensions. So let's measure out, let's cut out the length first. Let's cut out the length. So because I'm going to add a, what do you call it? I'm going to add a a band to it. So I'm going to put it like this. So the band that I'm using is going to be like 1.5. So you can see I placed that way and then I'm going to measure out 47. So I'll measure out 47, cut it out. So I'll cut it from that point, okay? So I hope you guys can see what I am doing. You can see where I measured. So I'm going to cut this out. So this is going to be, it is better for it to be too long than for it to be too short. Okay, I don't like short trousers. If you people know me, if you have been following me. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now. So let's this. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to start working on this piece. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take my waist measurement, okay? So you measure your waist. So I want my trouser to be around my tummy area. So I'm going to be using 33 for my waist. Okay, so that 33, you divide that 33 into 4. So if you have questions, please ask your questions. Please, you guys should please like the video. I would appreciate that, okay? The like are not much. So that's 8 and like 8.25. So I'm going to come to this part because this part is my waist part, okay? I'm going to mark it. So before we continue, oh, this is the right side of my fabric. Oh, I don't want to turn it again. I'm just trying to see if it's not. Let me just turn it, I beg. Let me turn it. Because most times all these chops they don't used to go off easily. Okay. So like I said, this is the folded part of my fabric. So this is the side that does not have opening. So from this part, in order for me to know my crotch, for my crotch, I'm using 15 inches for my crotch. So what I'm going to do from this point, I want to mark my hip line, which is really not necessary. So for the hip line, I'll use 10 points for my hip line. I'll mark it like this. And then for the crotch, I said I'm using 16 inches. So I'm going to mark the 16 inches like this. So can you see? So for this, the back crotch and the front crotch is the same. So please guys, note, the back crotch and the front crotch is the same. So because of that, that is why you need your crotch to be very deep. Please take note. So you can see that I'm making use of 16. Normally my crotch is like 14. Is it even up to 14? My crotch is like 13. You understand? So I added like extra 3 inches so that it will be flowing. It will not be packing into your whatever. You know what I mean? So that is why. So your crotch, you need to add like extra 3 inches. And note, this is not a high waist. This one is like a normal waist. Okay. So that's it. So the next thing we're going to do now, I'm going to come to this point and measure my waist measurement. So for that waist measurement, for this you have to be really accurate, okay? Using I'm marking, so I'll just use this 30, using 34 inches, 33.5 is my, is normally my waist is 34. It's because I've not eaten, that's why. So I'm just going to just like 1 inch allowance to it. So that 1 inch allowance or 2 inches, I'm going to use that to sew the zip for the back part. It's from there I'm going to sew the zip. From there also I'm going to stitch. So please note, if you don't understand, please ask questions, okay? So I'm going to mark this now. So this what I added now to that 34. This is like 2 inches. I added just like 2 inches. So I'll mark it here like this, okay? As I added that 2 inches, the next thing I'm going to come to this crotch. I'm going to come to this crotch line. So on this crotch line, so let me see. Oh, my fabric is not even this fabric is not wide enough. The other one, the other that I showed you guys, this one, when I was cutting it, I folded it like an angle. You understand? As I folded it at an angle, like a triangle. But this fabric that I have here, this one I used 3 inches when I was doing this. 3 inches. So I was able to fold it like an angle and then have that opening. But this one, if I fold this one at an angle, I'm not sure I'll be able to get what I want. So let me just open it first and see, but I'm really not sure. So like this, I'd already cut out. If not, maybe I would have still been able to. So let's see. Let me just try. Can you see? Let me just try. Fold it at an angle. So if I fold it at an angle, all of those markings are going to be, can you see how I am folding it? I hope you understand. So let me check if my length is still long. Thank God that I added excess of length. No, my length, it is still, it will truncate my length. I should have. The only way I'm going to be able to do this, what I have here now exactly is 43, and I need about 44. That means my band is going to be big. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to check this point. If I have, this is still 18, so there's no point. So let's do it straight. I'll shape it. I hope you guys are understanding. Drop your questions, please. When I come up, I'm going to respond to all of your questions. So I'm just trying to explain this so much. That is why, if not, I would have gone ahead and just cut. So on the hip line, I'm going to add my hip measurement. So I don't want it to be too tight. So my hip measurement is 41. So I'm going to divide that into 4, and then I'm going to add like 2 inches of allowance, or 1.5 inches. I don't want it to be too tight. So this is my lap measurement. So on my lap, on the lap parts, on my lap, I'm going to use 15 inches for my lap. So why am I using 15? So that I'll be able to square this out, okay? So now the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to join this together. Can you see what I'm doing? So I'm just creating a curve. Do you understand? Can you see where the curve came? I hope you guys can see. You see the way the curve came. So the important part is this waist part. I'm checking to make sure. Okay. So I'm going to stand now. I want to check some of the comments before I continue, in case you guys can see or you cannot see or something. Okay. So line say, ma, please, ma, I confirm the crotch. Line, how to get crotch, please, ma, can you explain? Okay. So the crotch and part, how you normally get your crotch measurement, you can divide your hip line measurement into four, and then add, if it is a high waist measurement, if you divide your measurement into four, you will add like 2.5 inches to it. Or you can sit on a chair. You understand? You can just sit on a chair and then measure. But whatever measurement, even if you're sitting on a chair, you measure, add 2 inches to the measurement so the crotch will not be tight. Okay. So I hope you understand now. It is not a big deal. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to explain that back to you. So, like I said, so you can see what I have here. Can you guys see the way I curved it? I curved it like this. Curve it. Make sure the lines just hit the lines. Okay. So that's what I did, hit the lines. And then the next thing I want to do, because I don't want this pan straight, I am going to, I was trying to see if it will not be straight. So I'm just going to take this like this, and then I am going to mark this. I'm going to mark this. So now this is going to be my thigh measurement. I'm trying to check that thigh measurement. No, my thigh, my crotch is stop here. So what I'm going to do, I am going to I'm trying to make it. I don't want it to be so straight. So if I mark this crotch like this, I don't want the crotch depth to be too. So this one is like extra 2 inches. So this pants I'm doing now, this one is not going to be as bare as the other one because of the way I folded it. Okay, so now let's cut this out. So you can see I did not cut it on the exact line. I did not cut it on my exact line. Okay, because I wanted, so let me open this up before I cut. I just want to open here. You can see that the other part I did not open it. I just left that part like that. So this is it. So I want to double check my measurement. Okay, so this is my waist. I'm going to trim. That's the savage part. So I want to double check. So at this point, I'm taking my final measurement now. So this is 36. I don't want my waist to be 36, because if it is 36, it will be too big. So my waist is 34. So I want it to be 35 or 34 and half or 35 and half before I stitch. If not, I'm going to be having issues. Okay. So I'm just trying to trim out. If you notice, you can see the way I'm trimming it. Can you see the way I'm trimming it? Okay. So that is okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now, this my crotch is too long. So can you see that I'm trimming it? I'm just trying to trim it out so that everything will be equal. So at this point, that is what I'm trying to do. So like basically your crotch measurement, add like an extra 2.5 inches to it, or 3 inches. Because you're using a soft fabric, so it's not going to affect you. Add like extra 3 inches. It is better when you sew it. If it is too big, you can always hold it. So this is what we have. So I'm going to pull this up now and then back my camera, and then we're going to start stitching immediately. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Well, thank you so much. So I'm going to show you. So somebody was asking, Solange, I think it was Solange that was asking, yes, about the crotch. So let me show you. Can you see? So now I want to, if it is a high waist, I want to measure my crotch. So I'm going to take, this is my belly button. So I'm going to take like this. This works, that's just the truth. I'm going to take it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Measuring it from here, from this part, this deep part, to the down part of my table, I have 13 inches. So if I'm making a normal trouser with this 13 inches, I'm going to add, if I'm making a normal trouser, I'll add like maybe like 1.5 inch allowance to it, you understand? But if I'm making like a high waist or this kind of palazzo, I'm going to add like 2 inches to it. But if I'm making this kind of palazzo that the back crotch and the front crotch is going to be the same, I'm going to add 3 inches. So that's what I did. I added 3 inches to this 13. So that made my crotch 16. So we're here together. So let's stitch it and we will know whether the crotch is too big or it's too small. So let's see. Let's just continue. Let's watch and see. So now this is where this thing comes in. So now the first thing we're going to do, let me show you guys how to join this, because this is very, very important when it comes to sewing a waistless and trouser. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this two piece. You can see the way it is. So when you open it, it will be looking very funny. Yes, I assure you, it looks really funny. So I'm trying to open them together. So when I open them, this is what I am going to have. Can you see? This is how it looks. So now what we are going to do now, we're going to sew it on the crotch line, the two crotch. We're going to join them together on the two crotch lines, okay? So that's what we are going to do. So let's see, okay. So we're going to join the crotch line. That you can see both of them, they are the two fabrics are facing each other like this. So we're joining the crotch line. So note, because this trouser has this particular kind of trouser that does not have side seam, it has its own, what do you call it? So you have to be very observant for you to be able to pull it off, okay? So it does not confuse you. So those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from. You guys should please like the video. I would appreciate it, okay? Like the video. So I'm stitching the crotch. So I'm using half of an inch to stitch the crotch line. So like I said, the beauty of this, even if your crotch, if it is excess, the beauty of it is that you can always, it's better for you able to adjust it. You understand? Because it is when crotch of trousers are short, that is where the whole issue comes in. That issue of your trouser folding into your under your when you are walking. That thing at times when I see people's trousers, I'm like, to look as if let me just hold them and show them how to do it. So I want to double check my measurements. So that is why. So you can see I have 14 now. So that 14, see, you can see on this part now, you can see the allowance that I have. So that allowance is what I'm going to use. So is my allowance where I will fix my zip. Do you understand? My stitching, that is where I am going to fix my zip. So most times when you do it like this, you are going to sew one bigger than one. What I mean by sewing one bigger than one, see this one I used like half of an inch. So this one is like, is more than half of an inch. That's this other part that I'm stitching now. This other part, note, it is still the crotch that I am stitching, okay? So it is the crotch area that I am stitching, okay? So after stitching, I am going to open this, and then we are going to continue. This is a simple piece. You can see what we have? Can you see? Now the next thing we're going to do now, the trouser is on. We're almost done. That's how simple and easy this is. So now you're going to take this like this. Now you're going to open. Can you see? So you open it now. You see the way it is now. So you're going to take this side and then take this side, and then you're going to do this. Can you see? You see how a beautiful trouser? Can you see? You see? So you do that. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to take this like this. You understand? And then you're going to balance it. You understand? So at this point, make sure you check your waist measurement. Check your measurement. Make sure that your waist is okay, because this trouser you cannot adjust it. Oh, you cannot adjust it. So make sure that your waist line is okay. So at this point, me, I'm having a little bit shortage of waistline, but that's not a problem. So I'll correct that. Let me join the down part first. So now I'm going to take crotch like this. I'll bring them together, and then I am going to stitch them. So you can see. Can you guys see? I hope you can see. Thank you so much, Malapo. You're watching from South Africa. So now you take this middle. That's the crotch now. That is after joining. You flip it, and then you take the crotch like this. So now we're going to sew it. So the track is almost complete. It is almost complete. So like I said, my waistline, I am shorting a little bit, but I am going to show you guys how to adjust it in case you are having such issues. So just make sure that the crotch line, let both of them touch, and then you are good to go. So I'm just trying to flip it open. Okay. So the width that I use for this trouser, the width is 18 inches. It's 18 inches. I'm just loving the seamless stitch on the trouser. I like it. So I'll flip it and then join this other side, okay? I'll flip it and stitch the other side. So if you're just joining us, you're welcome. You are welcome. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. So can you guys see our trouser? Le, 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 le. I'm so happy. So I'm just trying to check. I'm trying to check, okay? So now, let's see. Let me turn my camera. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. I've not fixed anything. I just want to, this is what I normally do. I want to try it first. So I'm going to open the side that I am going to be using as the back. So this part is a little bit bigger, like I said. So I'll use this part as the back. So I'm just going to lose a little bit of stitch because I'm going to fix a zip on it after. So I'm just losing it a little bit. But I'm still going to put a waistband. I just want to make sure that it can pass. I've not ironed it though, so let's just try it. We are here together. For those. Can you see how beautiful our trouser is? It is always beautiful. It is always beautiful. It is always very beautiful. Did not lose it to the down, so don't worry. Don't even worry. Can you guys see? You see that crotch area that I'm saying? So your crotch too, can you see the way it sat perfectly? Can you see? So I'm just trying to hold it, okay? Trying to hold the waist part. So it's just for me to fix the band and then fix the zip. So if you want to tighten this, it is from this back. That is where you will tighten it. Anything you want to do, it is from the back. So I'm trying to check that my crotch part to make sure that it is not. So I've not ironed it, but it is okay. It is okay. So I'm going to fix a waistband. So not a really big waistband. I'm just trying to make sure because you're trying to test. But if you are using a fabric, for instance, if you are using this kind of fabric, if you are using this kind of fabric, this kind of stretchy fabric, you don't even have any problem. Everything is going to stay and it's going to sit properly. Okay. So that's how you test your trouser. I like the length. You see the length? Can you see on the floor? Just imagine this on top of kimono. How it will be. I'm looking for where the waist now. I'm trying to find the waist because once you had fixed everything, you have fixed it. Okay. Can you see the way the sides are? It does not have any. If you can use Ankara, hmm, you can use Ankara. Yes, you can use Ankara, but you have to fold the Ankara. You have to use the length, the long side, not the that width side. You can make a short with it. Do you understand? You can make a pant, a short sneaker, whatever with this. So I'm just trying to check. I'm just trying to double check to make sure that my waist is okay. So I think I am okay to start adjusting and adjusting. That is why this my chiffon top that I'm wearing. It is interfering with the blouse with the waist. Okay. So I just want to make sure that the waist is fair. Can you see? You see it? You see it? So everything is okay. So now let me bring this out. I just want to make sure. I just want to open it. I don't want it to. So let's flip this back, and then we are going to let me band before I iron. So for the band, it's just a normal straight band. That's what I am going to cut. So it's like basically like a piping. You understand? So that is what I am going to cut. Just almost like I am going to pipe the waistline. So I'll fold this too, and then get my waist measurement. So do you know why I want to use this part? That part looks a little bit straight. This side that have the savage of the. Okay, so that's that. I have about 40 inches, and then from that 40 inches, my waist is 30. Is 30. Is 34. So I'm using about 4 inches. I don't want it to be too. I don't want the band to be too big. So like I said, I'm using just a normal straight band. Do you understand? I'm not cutting it that hand curve, whatever, whatever. So like I always tell my beginners, this is a very simple and easy way for you to. So I'll cut this. So the next thing I'm going to do on this, I want to cut out hairstay. I want to iron hairstay on it, okay? So for those of you that must have thanks for land. For those of you that have learned something today, I want to I want you guys to let me know in the comment section if you learned anything, okay? So I want to cut out my hairstay. So the thing for interfacing this hairstay is for it to just give it a kind of firmness, for it to be firm. So that is why I am using this cotton hairstay. Is this one cotton? I think this one is nylon. I think this one is nylon hairstay. Yeah, this is nylon hairstay. So I'll place it like this. So for those of you that have not given my video a thumbs up, you guys should please like my video. And those of you that want to join Stylish Naija, what do you call it? I'm trying to look for the name. I want to become a member of the community. You can see the join button. You can just check out and join. Okay. So because some of the videos we're going to be doing them exclusively for our members, channel. Okay. All right. Thank you. Those of you that have liked the video already, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So the next thing now, we are going to iron this piece. So you place it, this is where I'm placing it, and then I am going to iron. So I'm going to get my pressing iron and we're going to give it a good ironing. Thank you. Kate Kolo, please, how to get armhole depth and correctly and get shoulder to shoulder measurement, please. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Armhole depth. The best way for you to get armhole depth is divide your bust. You understand? This one is like a little bit more complicated. Let me just explain it. You divide your bust into 6 and then you add 1.5. You understand? So that is that. But if the standard, yes, that's like the standard one. You understand? You divide your bust circumference into 6 and then you add 1.5. But most times, what I normally do when it comes to armhole, I like to measure my armhole. Can you see? Like this, and depends on how tight it is, that is how tight it will be on the dress. You understand? So when you want to measure armhole and you don't want it to be too tight, you can just open it. Can you see? This is 18, which is 9 inches. You understand? So you can place like this and then just measure. You understand? And just check. So this will actually help a lot. But other than that, you can use that other formula, divide into 6 and then add 1.5. And then the second question is say how to get shoulder to shoulder. Your shoulder to shoulder is a simple process. That one does not really have any standard measurement, but the standard shoulder for people is like 14 inches, between 14 and 16. 16 is even wide. Well, between 14 and 16 fits a lot. So the way for you to do that, you are going to use, can you see my dress from this point of your shoulder to this point? Do you understand? So like this is a simple process. Can you see? You see now the mannequin shoulder is 15 inches. You understand? Me personally, my own shoulder is 14. So it depends. So between 14 and 16 is like the standard measurement that when you use for somebody that is big, you can use 16, but somebody that is not too big, 14, 14 and a half, 15 is okay. All right. So I hope I've answered that. So let me get my so I'm trying to get my pressing iron. I hope that this pressing iron is able to press here. I hope it is able to press here. So our next, I'm just, So like I was trying to tell you guys, for those of you that are following me for my live stream, I'm trying to tell you guys that my daily live stream, that's the I should have water inside this iron. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to fold this into two. It into two and then use your iron to like separate it before you will. So my band is already set. So this what do you call it, this gum stay hairstay helps you to, it helps to a balance, you understand, so it will not be moving, so it will not be moving anyhow. Okay. So Madam Kate, I hope you understood. Okay, see, let's see. Okay, thank you, Kate, thank you. All right, so that means you understand. So we don't really need to add too much SIM allowance. It's only one SIM. Thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you. You don't need to add too much SIM because there's only one SIM. Yes, because if you add too much SIM, at the end of the day, you are still going to cut it off. You understand? So because it is even from that SIM, that is where you will do your, what do you call it? That's where you will take your what, your zip allowance from. Okay, but if you are doing those ones, maybe those ones that you don't need, what do you call it, you don't need to add, you don't need to that you want to use elastic waistline, you can make the waistline bigger. So please note, in case maybe you are using those kind of stretch I showed you a while ago, and you want to use elastic waistline, so your waistline has to be bigger. So with that you can add more seam to your waistline because of the elastic that you are going to put. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So I hope that is clear. So now we have our band ready. So at this point, let me turn my, let's iron our trouser. Okay, so I just want to open it and then we'll iron it. Let's, I'm just trying to check. So I'm just going to, so I'll open up my seam from the inside and then we are going to press. Okay, we're going to press them open. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let me plug my pressing iron back. So I'm trying to open it and then press. So you open up and press. So like I said, if you want to be our channel member, you can click the join button and then see the exclusive packages that we have for you guys. So like I was trying to say, I'm still trying to test out time for our sewing live stream classes. So now we are going to flip this and we're going to iron. So I want to iron the seam. So just flip it open and then iron it straight. You see it like this is a very simple and easy method. Like I said, I like very flowing trousers that look like skirts a whole lot. So with that, this particular pattern, I used to use it. I use it a whole lot. You can see the seams are straight and neat. That's one thing you have to do when it comes to sewing. Just much as you can to have patience, exercise patience. When it comes to sewing, if you don't have patience, your work will be rough. Okay, so I'm trying to iron the whole piece, but that will take too much time. That will take too much time for this class. It will take too much time. So then I think I'm just going to so those crotch area also. I'm trying to iron them. I'm trying to press them. You guys will sure see me rocking this. I'm going to snap with it and place it so you can see. You see it. See how neat and straight it is. So now let me show you guys how to fix the band. It's a simple process. So our time is almost exceeding 1 hour. So let's go. I just want to try and can to keep it at 1 hour. So you're going to come to the waist area this way like this. So this is the inside. Can you see this is the inside? Okay, let's see. So you're going to take your band like this. So before you continue with the band, you're going to trim one part. You understand? Trim one part. That's like reduce one part. Reduce it. You can reduce it by half of an inch. The band is folded now. So this will make it easy for you to able to bend it when you are done. So that is why. If not, it is not going to be. It will not relax properly. So I always like to use this pattern to make all of my band, both skirt band, both that's my band, my trouser waistbands. I like to use this pattern. So I just trim it. Initially I was not planning on doing this band though. This on this live stream. But because of the sake, some people don't know how to do it. So this is the part that is short. So before then, I'm going to stitch. I'll place it like this. Can you see? And then I'm going to stitch this. No need, Seth, no need. Let me just do. I should have even there's another way I should have even joined it before. So I'm going to take this like this. No, let me join it, I beg. Let me join it so you people don't get confused. I've already trimmed out a part of this band, so I'm going to place it the way. Please don't get confused, oh please. So I'm going to stitch here. Don't get confused. I should have done this before. So you see the way the band is. Can you see? Thank you so much. Yes, you can add 1 inch so that you can sew the zip. You can add 2 inches. It's the better, Olivia. The best thing is as you are doing 2 inches. So after joining, before you what do you call it? Before you fix the zip, you can take out the little part of any excess that you have. It's better for the waist to be too big, and then you are able to adjust it. Okay. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So and this is the short part. See my band. Can you see the way it is? So this short part now is where I am going to fix. Is where I'm going to fix. It's like I stitched the wrong part. Yeah, I did. I stitched the wrong part. So I'm going to stitch this part back. So the short part is where you are going to sew. That's where you are going to join first to your fabric, okay? If you don't understand, please just ask your questions. So as we are here now, it is better that way. So I'll just open this now and show you. So you can see can you see the way the band is? This is how it should look. This is how your band should look. Okay, thank you so much, Land. So that's how your band should look. So now you are going to now take it like this. Can you see this part now? This is the short part. That's where you are going to start stitching. You can see this is the right side of my fabric, and then this is the wrong side. So you place it on that wrong side like this. Can you see? Place that edge. Can you see? Just place that edge, and then you're going to sew it right. You are stitching one part, note. So I'm trying to place it, just place it nicely, okay? And then I'm going to start stitching. There's some things that are very annoying. Very annoying. So you guys please like my video. I will appreciate it, okay? Like my video. So I'm stitching. So like I said, I actually plan on sewing this waistband. I just changed my mind. I know that there are some people that it will be helpful, so you guys should please like my video. This video, share it with your friends. So tell people that know Stylish Naija, that I have started my sewing live classes again, because most people wanted it. Most people wanted it, but the classes for evenings are pattern drafting. So like I said, our evening live streams are strictly pattern drafting. So when we do pattern drafting, we'll come here and do the sewing. Okay, we'll come here and do the sewing. So I'm just stitching around, and like, it's not all of our pattern drafting that we do that we will sew. You guys help my ministry. It's not all of them. So we'll select some and then we'll sew. Okay. So now I am done. So yes, so now let me show you guys how to up your band. Thank you. Can you see? So the band, I'm going to reduce it. I want to cut out a little bit. Most times don't cut it too close, because at times bands can be, I don't know the right word to say, but they can be tricky. At the end of the day, you cut it, you now find out that the waist, it is too tight on your waist. So it's better for you to have it hidden somewhere. Okay, so now you are going to flip like this. No, 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 no. I was making a mistake. If you don't get it, it will be so difficult for you to sew. That's the thing. So if you have questions, you can please drop your questions. You guys should like the video, please. Okay, so you can see our band. This is the longer part. So now you're just going to take this like this easily, and then you are going to just use your hand, just push it in, and remember that small excess, you are going to start stitching it down. So there are two ways of doing this. If you don't want to stitch it down, you can go and iron it. Can you see? You can go and iron it out. You can see it is easy because I have excess, so I'll just place it like this. I'm going to start stitching. So I'm going to start stitching. So I'll just be that small x left. That's what I'll just be using my hands. So I hope you guys can see it. That's what I'll just be using my hands to push inside, and then I will be stitching it. If you know, I like my waist band. Always like it to be very neat and straight. So I am just pushing this in, and then I am securing it down. Can you see? So we are almost at the end of this tutorial. So the only thing that remains is for me to fix the zip, which of course I'm not going to do that this class, okay? I think I should iron it. Let's iron. So guys, so to explain before I go off air. So the only thing is that is remaining is just for you to take this down, and then you sew it round, and then you are done with your trousers. So I'm going to stop our tutorial here for today. When I'm done, I'm going to snap it and place it for you guys to see. So thank you so much, all of you that's in. So let me see all of our comment. Thank you so much, Bangkong, Prosper. Thank you, Kubuswa. Thank you so much, guys. Goodbye, Linda. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you. Waila, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Mosime. All right, goodbye, guys. I'll see you guys this week. I'll see you guys for evening tutorial. So till next week. Tomorrow I will not be available until next week before we come back for our live sewing live stream. So bye. Bye.